started out just as a roller skater, and I ended up going to the Olympics.
You can't tell if she's got wheels or blades on. It looks so natural for her.
This is Erin Jackson. She's the #1 ranked skater in the world at 500 meters. And these are the 2022 US speed skating trials in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She should breeze through qualification. She's not just better than everyone else in America, she's better than everyone else in the whole world. But she slips.
Heavy favorite with 4 wins this year. Had this slip, and it cost her. She fell from first to third in the overall standings. Only the top.
She loses her balance for a split second. And in speed skating, that's enough. That slip cost her her chance. She's not going to the Olympics. But something remarkable happens. The winner of the race, Brittany Bowe, gives up her spot in the Olympic 500 meters to Erin Jackson, saying that she has a better chance to medal.
It's bigger than just me. It's Team USA. Erin has a shot to bring home a medal, hopefully a gold medal, and it's my honor to give her that opportunity. She's earned it and she deserves it.
As it turns out, Brittany was 100% right. She wins the gold medal in the 500 meters in Beijing. She's the first American to medal in any individual speed skating event in 20 years, and she's the first Black woman ever in any sport to win an individual gold medal in any Winter Olympic event. But this wasn't just a random act of sportsmanship. Brittany knew that Erin deserved that spot. She knew how hard she worked to get it, and she knew that Erin Jackson could win the gold medal because they had known each other for years. They were from the same town. They trained under the same coach, and they began their careers in the most unlikely place you'd expect to find multiple Winter Olympic athletes. This is Ocala, Florida, home to 60,000 people, tens of thousands of horses, and 3 kids who had no idea that one day they were gonna grow up to win medals.
I never grew up watching speed skating on TV like, oh, I have to do that, that's where I'm going. I was totally content. Renee, on the other hand, had kind of these plans.
That's Joey Mantia, an Ocala native who won a bronze medal at the 2022 Beijing Olympics. And also, by the way, just interviewing him, I'm like, wow, I did not know speed skaters had biceps. I kind of thought they focused on the legs. My goodness, that cannot be aerodynamic. And the Renee he's talking about is Renee Hildebrand, who might be the best speed skating coach in the world.
So I grew up skating with Renee Hildebrand. She's just an amazing motivator. I think that's really the main thing. She raised us to be great athletes, great humans.
And the plans that Joey mentioned sent 3 kids from the 12th largest metropolitan area in one of America's hottest states on a winter sports journey they never could have dreamed. I talked to Renee and her many medalists to get the story of how this town with no ice rinks became the surprise speed skating capital of the United States. Let's take a journey back to the 1970s. You are now in a decade when roller skating is the coolest thing anybody can possibly do. I wasn't alive in the 1970s, but I do get the sense that basically everybody was roller skating all the time. They're making movies about roller skating, there's roller disco is going on, and in a small town in South Carolina, Renee Hildebrand will not leave the rink. How did you actually get started skating?
I just was a rink rat. I grew up, my mom was a single mom and the skating rink was her babysitter. So I was at the rink every time it opened and didn't want to leave till it shut down. So I love to skate. I love to race. It was like a podunk rink in Hanahan, South Carolina.
Roller derby is in its heyday. There are tens of thousands of people going to roller derby matches. They're selling out Madison Square Garden. CBS is broadcasting the Artistic Roller Skating Championships, which is like figure skating, but on roller skates. Bring it back. I would love to watch this. There's so much momentum building up that to Renee and others in the roller skating community, it feels like it's only a matter of time until they add roller speed skating to the Olympics.
So when you were a speed skater, this wasn't like a pathway that even existed. Like when you skated.
I have a bumper sticker that says roller skating. The next stop, the Olympics, and it's from 1980.
Sadly, that day never comes. Spoiler alert, but roller skating still not in the Olympics 50 years later. But Around this time, there's a change that will eventually allow this crew from Ocala to make the Winter Olympics. And it's literally about the shape of the roller skate. If you look at any of those clips, even like the speed skating clips from the 1970s and the 1980s, they're using those like quad roller skates with 2 wheels in the back and 2 wheels in the front. But in the late 70s and early 80s, the inline skate with the roller blade is invented. It's 4 wheels in a straight line, and pretty quickly inline skating becomes the dominant form of racing. This new type of skate is just a lot more like the type of skates that they have already been using in speed skating at the Winter Olympics on ice since 1924. The roller blades are just like the blades that you use on ice. The form is the same, the technique is the same. And so, with the invention of this new skate in the 1990s and 2000s, we start to see a warm weather pipeline to the Winter Olympics. Up until this point, most of the people who have competed in the Winter Olympics in speed skating have been from cold places. People who grew up skating on the local pond when it froze over. It's so popular in the Netherlands because the canals there freeze over in the winter. Now, all of a sudden, we're getting these American Olympians who started out, skating at the local roller rink, that are able to transition their skills and talents that they developed on roller skates into Winter Olympic speed skating. There's Jennifer Rodriguez from Miami, Derek Para from San Bernardino, California, Chad Hedrick from Houston. And when the Olympics come to America in 2002, Renee Hildebrand is in the stands with one of her star pupils, watching inline skating stars who have transitioned to the ice, winning Olympic gold.
In 2002, Brittany and I went to the Salt Lake Games, and we watched Derek Para win his gold medal, and we watched Jennifer Rodriguez win her medal, and it was just really cool. They were former inliners, and we were watching them race. And at the time, Brittany was 12, and I looked at her and said, next time we go to the Olympics, you're going to be in it.
Renee goes on to build one of the best inline speed skating teams in the world, but she's not doing it by crossing the country looking for the best speed skating talent with binoculars and stopwatches and scouting reports. No, she's just coaching up the kids who show up at the local roller rink in Ocala. The rink is still there. It's called Skate Mania. I looked it up on Google Maps. It really is just like your classic roller rink. Neon lights, there's a snack bar. Definitely the type of place where there's a lot of kids' birthday parties. In fact, the first time Brittany Bowe went there was for her friend's 8th birthday party. Renee is over there that kid is gonna be an Olympic medalist someday. I don't know if she said that kid's gonna be a Winter Olympic medalist someday, but yeah, that's how it went down. This crew from Ocala goes on to dominate the world of inline skating. Erin Jackson wins a world championship. Brittany Bowe wins 8 world championships. Joey Mantia wins 28 world championships. But inline skating remains a pretty niche sport. It's a hard way to make a living. Joey Mantia did say that he was able to make a living as an inline speed skater, but he was literally the best speed skater in the world.
Joey's having his first real coaching job right now as the short track coach in Belgium, and I have no idea what he's making, but I guarantee it's probably more than I've made my entire inline career, because you just don't get paid for that. It's for the most part volunteer.
Every quad would come around for the summer games and they say, oh, we have a bid, we're going to get in. It's possible we're going to make it this time. And then it wouldn't. And the next quad, it would do the same, and inline skating would not get into the games. And it was I think that hurts the sport quite badly, because everybody gets their hopes up and they think, this is our chance to get into the Olympics, and then nothing happens and we lose a lot of skaters because of it. Or we lose them to ice skating or whatever. I say we as an inline skaters, speaking as if I'm still in the sport.
And then at one point we were on the short list, they call it, and it was only 4 sports left: water skiing, golf, rugby, and us. And Tiger Woods went over and did a presentation for golf. And then the director of the IOC was a rugby player. So we kind of didn't stand much of a chance there.
People in the roller speed skating community do seem to hold out hope that eventually it will get into the Olympics, but every event seems to fall short. And so the path forward for this crew of talented athletes from Florida becomes clear. They are gonna have to switch to the ice. It's the only way that they can get sponsorship money. And quite frankly, it's the only way that they can get the attention and the respect that they deserve for how good they are at what they do. There are some adjustments you have to make when you're switching from roller skating to ice skating. Luckily, I had the best speed skating coach in the world. Explain them to me.
It's much more taxing on the legs to do the ice skating because you're balanced on the edge of that blade, and it's very, very technical. Like, they have to get much lower and there's no room for error. Whereas in inlines, you know, if you stand up a little bit, your technique's not perfect, you can kind of get away with it if you're fast, and you can, you know, if you slip in the corner, you can recover. Whereas on ice, one little slip and you may not, you know, that might cost you 10 or 12 places, you know.
So it is harder than you'd think, but this crew from Ocala did make it seem pretty easy. Erin Jackson posted a video of the first time she skated on ice in 2017. After she looked like this, like a adolescent penguin, she was in the Olympics. Unbelievable. Like, that boggles the mind. 5 years after that video, she won the gold medal. And she'll be back at the Winter Olympics in 2026 in Milan. She is one of the favorites again to potentially medal in the 500. Brittany Bowe's transition to the ice is also pretty nuts. She put her career on hiatus so she could pursue her dream of playing college basketball, which she did. I feel like I should have mentioned this earlier in the video. She was the starting point guard for FAU in college basketball, in Division I college basketball. And then later, I was like, yeah, I'll go back to speed skating. There's a former Division I college basketball player speed skating in the Olympics, and she's won medals. That's nuts. In 2010, she tries ice for the first time. In 2013, she sets a world record. 3 years later, at the 2018 Olympics, she wins her first bronze. She wins another bronze medal at the 2022 Olympics. In case you were worried that her giving up her spot to Erin Jackson affected her in some way, don't worry. Happy ending for everybody. She will be competing in her fourth and final Olympics in Milan. Joey Mantia, after winning all those world championships in inline skating, does get an Olympic medal on the ice. He wins bronze at the 2022 Olympics. Although he's proud of his accomplishments on the ice, when I talked to him, it seemed like he still considered himself an inline skater at heart.
I mean, for me, in my situation, I would likely have quite a bit of gold medals if inline was in the Olympics. I didn't have the same fire for ice skating that I had for inline skating. And that's just the reality of my situation.
On the one hand, it's kind of a bummer. Imagine what life would have been like for these three athletes if inline skating were in the Olympics. They would be superstars. They would be legends. They would be in McDonald's commercials.
But I think if you ask them if they had a choice, if they could have just done this on inlines, I think all of them would have been gold medalists. Joey would have been for sure. You know, he would have not been still struggling with only getting the bronze. I mean, it sounds petty, but those kids didn't go to the Olympics to try to get bronze medals. They went there to get gold.
But I do think it's kind of fascinating the way that these three athletes from Central Florida became Winter Olympic stars, especially because it's not really a story you see at the Winter Olympics. The Winter Olympics can be so foreign and inaccessible. It feels like every athlete out there was like born on a mountain, or born in a place where it snows all the time, or born with a lot of money. I do not know where I could luge. There is no luge near me. I do not know anybody who bobsleds. All of these sports seem so far away for the majority of the world. But then these skaters from Ocala have proved that you don't have to be from those places. And although they were the first warm weather athletes to win Winter Olympic medals, this Ocala trio has shown that you don't have to live in the world's coldest place or on a mountain or be a millionaire to participate in the Winter Olympics. You can become a speed skating star for the cost of a price of skates and a few trips down to the local roller rink. Look up where the closest roller rink to you is on Google Maps. Worst case scenario, you or your kid is going to have a great time. But if you do happen to be in a particular part of Central Florida, you might walk into that roller rink and the greatest coach in the world might be there, teaching the next generation of kids how to skate fast.